So I tried my darnest to get stuff, but there was a couple brains. I redid a couple brains, like the side kings and all that. And yeah, there's just so little. Yeah, but then the two boxes. And I don't know how to redo the challenges in this one. Of course, went back to Lobato. Hit the tag, but not the box, and one fragment missing. Boing. One fragment missing in there. It's just... yeah. 2. And then a bag. 1. Just 1 fragment completely. 1 fragment completely. A memory vault and baggage. I didn't redo Bob's bottle since we just did that. And I didn't redo this one either. I have no baggage there. But it looks like we got like 1 or 2 more brains to go to. Hello. And I was just going to explore more since I have frickin' Gur here, who just exploded. But turns out once when you get into this section of the game,
I can't leave now. They need my help here.
Yeah, Raz just refuses to leave.
Okay, I have a feeling I'm about to get into some heavy business. Am I sure I'm ready for this? Maybe I should make sure I'm really prepared first.
Alright, before we do that, we need to find a lovely couple who I think might be over this way. Like, yeah, guess where they're probably hanging out. Yep, by the frickin' van.
I was sinking into the icy grip of Lake Grulovia, my life flashing before my eyes.
Oh my God, what did you do?
I said a prayer. I thought of you.
Aww.
And then I remembered the super sneezing powder I keep for emergencies.
You blew your brains out?
Right through my nose, and up to the surface where I assume Ford found it.
His mind must have been shattered before he could tell us about it.
So I just ended up in Otto's unclaimed brains bin.
So, where's your body?
I assume it's a handsome popsicle at the bottom of Lake Grulovia.
Well, let's get back and get it.
It would be nice to see how well I've aged. Or maybe not aged.
Not fair. Your body's been preserved on ice for 20 years. Mine looks like this.
Ah, you'll look a lot younger after we shave that beard.
Oh, you do not want to see what is under this hair.
Oh, what is it?
Honestly, I have no idea.
So, this body is from someone named Nick from the mailroom?
So I'm told.
First question, when did we get a mailroom?
No idea. I don't go over to the new place much.
The second question, where's mailman Nick's brain?
Lost is what I hear.
Well, they should search Otto's creepy brain collection. He doesn't keep the best records.
Hey, want some Gooby Duck?
Yes! Wait, what is it?
Fermented mushroom liquor. It's all I drink now. Well, all I used to drink.
Yeah, no. We're smashing that horrible distillery. Honestly, it smells like you've been boiling gym socks in there.
If you smash it, where will I boil my gym socks?
Bobby, germs!
Okay, can I not talk to them?
The Fuelmobile needs a tune-up and a car wash. And actually, it smells like there's a skunk family living in there, so never mind.
Wait, did I never go back here?
Your helmet's head must be cold.
Oh, so I have no use for money now, also. I may have bought everything. And, yeah, I have these maxed out, and I have 50 cores. Talk to Ford real quick.
I hate to interrupt, but
Is the astrolabe ready, Rasputin?
I got the astrolabe working. I'll go
Nah.
get it started. You two come down when you're ready.
That's my boy.
Okay, bye.
Stay away from the water!
Smooth. All right.
Okay. I have a feeling I'm about to get into some heavy business. Am I sure I'm ready for this?
Pretty much. There's like one card randomly laying around. I know for sure. And I talked to everyone.
I'm
So.
ready for whatever might happen.
Took you long enough.
It still works.
Of course it still works. Otto over-engineers everything.
Cruller, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
Otto, you're looking well fed.
Ford, you sound like your old self.
Well, some things are clear to me now that weren't before. But come on, there's a lot to be done.
Ford! Ford, is it really you?
Cassie! Compton!
And Bob.
Bob.
I'm happy to see all of you again.
What's Nick from the mailroom doing?
That's actually Helmet Fullbear's brain in Nick's body.
I do love making a grand entrance.
Sounds like Full Bear.
He's in there, all right. But where have you been?
You don't want to know that.
I've missed you so much, Big Bear!
Big
I never
Bear.
thought I'd see everybody together again.
Well, almost everybody.
Hey, I remember this place. We used to sneak in here and fool around on the beanbags, remember? Lucy.
Aww. No, her!
Everybody ready? Now, this hunk of junk was made by Auto Mentalis. So, there's no telling what might happen.
Oh, what can I say? I was underfunded back then.
But if everything goes well, we might be able to have our dear friend Lucretia back in the circle. For good. Now, you ready?
Kind of.
Me too, kid.
Hover being bags.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present to you the high-flying, death-defying,
They love circuits, don't they?
ironically named Aquato Family Circus. Augustus, Donatella, Dion, Frazee, Rasputin, Murtala, and little baby Creepy. And the most important member of the family, one who's been here the whole time. Nona Aquato, right where she belongs, in the heart of her family.
What is this?
It's a mental construct I made for Lucy to convince her that she was your grandmother and that she lived with you. Come on, it's time to get her out of here.
Yeah, the flea circus.
Ew.
What did you step in?
I don't know. It looks like a puddle of goo. With a mask of me in it.
Ah!
Has anyone seen my brother? He was just standing here a second ago.
Here he is.
Well, come on, Raz. It's showtime.
You better play along with this, Raz. We don't want to upset the construct until we have control of its situation. I'll work on Nona.
Can't Dion do this one?
In my sleep. It's a better show if you do it, Rasputin, because the audience isn't sure if you'll make it.
Bum, bum, bum.
Can Donatella balance her duties as a mother with the demands of the circus? Join her at the Razorback Arena and witness this incredible balancing act in person.
Feed the people. Okay. So it started off with a harmless mistake.
And behold the daring daring father-daughter team of Crazy and Augustus Aquato. One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out. See the strongest boy on earth, Creepy Aquato, as he lifts weights that are, frankly, quite alarming.
Just want to annoy protesters with a little rain.
Let's get out of here.
Not until the show is over. 3 more acts to go. Knife throwing, ball balancing, and weightlifting.
Yeah. Is that the fastest you can go? Well, there goes the circus. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Towards me, duck. Knew it. Oh, you must focus. As it was.
I'm struggling with momentum.
If you fall, I get to punch you in the arm. That's my boy. Finally.
Well, that's something I don't need to worry about anymore.
Oof.
Come join our youngest performer, Creepy Aquato, in front of the Carousel of Chaos. Watch him lift a horse and your spirits.
Help! Raz, over here! I'm supposed to be doing my weightlifting. I'm stuck on the out-of-control merry-go-round. Oh, great. Like I need to know this program. It's you! My best friend! What's your name again?
I like how they commented on extra Raz. Let's- Am I supposed to be doing something?
Round and round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No one knows.
Am I supposed to be? Oh, I see. I couldn't tell when it was in black and white.
Ride over. Let's do it again. Time for my amazing shoe strike.
Oh, phew. The children are safe. Good job, Rasputin.
Hey, you're welcome.
I was about to stop it. I hope it happens again. That was
The
fun.
only thing sadder than a
great.
child
Like I
standing
knew
there
that. No,
is when it happens without an audience.
What's that over there?
Don't let this sacrifice be for nothing. Step right up to the wheel of endangerment and behold the daring father-daughter team of Crazy and Augustus Aquato.
Hey, Fleetford, how goes the show?
Well, there's a little hold-up with our knife-throwing extravaganza, but I'm sure they'll get it sorted out soon. You missed the balancing ball act. Besides being handsome, that Dion is as sure-footed
Dion
as
took
a
credit.
mountain goat. Did you see Queepy lift those weights? It's like he got all of the muscles in the family. Still plenty of show to enjoy, my lad. Round and round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No one knows.
So, I wonder how much of that affects real life.
The only thing sadder than a child stabbing their parent is when it happens without an audience. Don't let this sacrifice be for nothing. Step right up to the wheel
So,
and behold the daring father-daughter team of Crazy
So what?
and Augustus Aquato. One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
oh, I also learned that you can, where is it? Yeah, you can pretty much make it the game easier.
Round and round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No one knows.
Sleepy Deepy. The sleepiest of the deepies.
The
I wonder
only
where Ed
thing
is.
sadder than a child stabbing their parents is when it happens without an audience. Don't let this sacrifice be for nothing. Be a big girl and throw knives at Daddy.
I just don't feel good about it after last time.
Anyone can make a mistake, Crazy.
But Papa, your leg!
Oops.
Now pick up a knife and throw it. You must believe in yourself, Crazy.
No!
Well, I guess I'll just sit right up to the wheel of endangerment and
Yeah.
behold the daring father-daughter team
Oh.
of Crazy and Augustus Aquato. One will live, one will die. Maybe. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
I want the fragment first. Well,
Round and round the wheel goes. Will Crazy kill her papa? No
You-
one knows.
you have my Steam library, so you can play the first one.
Where you want the knife? Stop. Keep going.
However, with this being on Game Pass,
You got this, Raz. Ah, Raz, my boy. Oh, that's the chicken, my boy. You did it, my boy. You're my favorite son now.
Wait, what was that?
Fleabag tells it like it is.
Okay, my turn to throw knives at Dad.
Not the most functional family. But at least they're all alive. Okay, all the children are safe. No? I will show you my little secret. Come with me to the high dive.
wait, that implies water.
So what's the secret?
It's at the top of the ladder.
No, we haven't had a high dive in the Aquato family circus for years. You know, the curse?
You know, the more I think about that curse, the more I think it's a lot of Gravosknuk. Now get up there.
Nona, what are you doing?
Getting out of here. Your
Nona! Oh no!
that face.
Suitcase tag. Gotcha. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
That was very brown looking water.
Ford, our circus didn't have a quilting area.
I didn't make this. I created that two-bit flea circus to make Lucy forget who she was. But it looks like she escaped.
Come on, Crawly, Stinky Dam is over this way.
Guess you learn a thing or two when you live with fleas. Here's the
Well.
steamer trunk tag. Oh,
Time to play some Yoshi Epic Yarn. Or Kirby Epic Yarn. What was it? Yoshi's Woolly World, and then Kirby's. Yeah. And then. Yeah.
oh, here, I'll take this nugget. Yep.
Fire, you say? I don't need to collect money. What am I doing?
What's this?
It's Lucy and your father. Oh, this must be one of the first real memories she formed after the astrolabe procedure. Your father was put into an orphanage after his parents were drowned. I locked Maligula away, deep in Lucy's mind, to make Lucy herself again. And then I got your father out of that orphanage, buried some of his more, traumatic memories, and brought him to her.
Why?
Well, they were both all alone in the world. The only family the other had left.
My
Aw.
sweet little Gussie. Let's keep moving.
Wait!
Aha! Here's
Always
the
check
Hatbox
behind the
tag.
things like that. What the? Weird. Okay. in your Oh, okay. I'm supposed to like wrap up the yarn.
This would be a sweet picture if I didn't know everybody was under some sort of astrolabe hypnosis.
I never used the astrolabe on the rest of the family. These are real memories Lucy made for herself after I was gone from her life.
Good family, excellent balance, very flexible. Not afraid of heights. Not like you. Hey, Crowley.
Lucy, please!
First tag.
Is there just gonna be a room with all the baggage? Oh, that's weird. What the heck is that? Oh, the guy who gave him the flyer?
Nona. You were the one who gave me the pamphlet to Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp? You're the reason I became a psychonaut?
Well, it is even you are crazy, but you were such a nerd.
True Psychic Tales is a graphic non-fiction periodical.
Some part of you knew you were living a lie. You sensed Raz's power. You thought he could help you.
Oh, I don't know, Crowley. I get so confused sometimes. Usually I was happy, just sawing dance and stretching the children, telling them to stay away from the water. Then I feel so sad. And just when I was about to figure it out, everything would start to unravel. I forgot how much I hate this place.
This is it. This is where I locked up Maligula. Behind that dam. We need to unlock it and draw Maligula out into the open. Then we'll combine our powers and direct the astrolabe to blast open a pit into the deepest part of her mind.
Why don't we just, Blast Maligula.
Maligula is a part of Lucy's mind. A primitive part that may have helped her early ancestors survive. We all have our own Maligula, Rasputin. We just know how to keep it locked up down below.
Saying that she went feral?
If you can secure the area while I keep Lucy calm, then we should be able to unlock this dam together.
Need... Panic attacks.
I don't like this place.
Raz, I need to stay here with Lucy. Once you reveal the lock, the blast.
Time for justice!
No effect. They're protected by that enabler. Ow! They killed my archetype. I've never felt. Let's see how tough everybody is now.
Ha! My power comes from justice! Might let us adjourn for the day.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Where am I?
Just a bit longer.
Hey, Ugly, over here! Owie!
I need...
Okay. Let's see what's causing this bad mood.
Great job, Raz. Now, open that locket, and we'll use the astrolabe to blast it. Oh, I need to stay here with Lucy until the last minute.
I think I hear some emotional baggage now.
Remember what I was saying about the baggage?
I think I hear something. This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
I have no idea where that... I could have missed that tag. Probably that rail area.
It's a locket.
It's my sister, Marana. But...
Help me focus the astrolabe, Rasputin. Quickly! Fire!
Man, and that... Imagine not knowing that you killed your sister.
We might have made a mistake.
I think we made many mistakes. But now, we're gonna face them. I couldn't before. I was young, scared, and alone. But now, I'm only one of those things. Oh.
Just
froze.
scared.
Let's hope the astrolabe can make a deep enough pit.
Don't worry, Ford. I'll be right here beside you.
Gott im Himmel.
Jackpot! Bullseye!
What did you guys do?
I felt her. Maligula.
I know the identity of the mole.
That's incredible, Sasha.
Well, I had mechanical assistance, which you didn't need.
Agents, we have a security breach in the Green Needle Gulch. She's here.
It's okay. You're safe.
What happened? We were...
You were obviously in distress, so I pulled you out. Is that... her?
I told you he was up to something out here with his girlfriend. Maligula.
That's not his girlfriend, you little snitch. I'm his girlfriend.
My God!
Oh yeah, funny story. That's not really Nick from the mailroom.
I know that, but why? Doesn't matter. I'll take it with me when I take her.
What?
Come here!
One sec.
Hey, I found some of those scavenger...
Mission critical Psychonaut assets? Hand them over.
Can I have my clothes back yet?
Kid, you got a long way to go. Better get moving. I'm beginning to feel like you're not taking this seriously. Is that all?
I've had a lot on my plate lately.
You certainly have a heaping helping of excuses on there, it seems.
Truman, why did you pull me out? Ford and I were about to face Maligula.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll get your chance.
What are you doing? Where are you taking her?
We need to get her where she belongs.
How did you know that wasn't Nick? And why did you call him an it?
I've been called worse.
I need to go back in there.
Trust me, you've done enough in there.
That's actually Nick?
Lily!
Raz, listen. I've been following my dad for a while, and he's acting really weird.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
How?
Let's get Sasha and Mia to help.
But my dad might be gone by the time we get back.
I need to see what's going on inside his mind. I need to go in. Into the Grand Head.
You're right. We do.
Wait, what?
You're not going to make me do this alone, are you?
Wow.
Jeez, get over yourself, Dad. What the heck?
Right. Let's split up and compare notes in a bit.
This is just...
Here are his outfits. That's pretty normal.
In his mind? Have you ever seen my father? He never thought about his clothes.
Maybe your dad was considering a change of beard?
Never! Not my dad!
Well, at least you know he thought about his family.
Yeah, but what's with all the lines showing how we're all related?
Maybe he was getting more forgetful?
What the...
Rat.
It's almost like he comes here to practice being himself.
Rasputin, I gotta tell you, I don't like it. Weird.
I guess he's really proud of his diplomas.
Then why doesn't he hang them up in his office?
He's secretly proud? Lily, take it from me. All dads are weird.
I just don't know what's wrong with him. Strange.
Oh.
Why would he... Dad?
I'm gonna see if I can find more stuff behind the curtains. I get that's a no.
But... Huh?
Yep.
Why would he... What the... Weird.
I'm just buying some time.
Strange. But... Don't get it.
Oh, the music stopped. Oops.
Dad? Weird. Don't get it.
Okay.
Strange.
You and me forever, pal. Lily, take it from me. All dads are weird.
I just don't know what's wrong with him. Dad?
Just a quick reminder. And
This statue.
Careful, Raz. That's still my dad.
I don't really think of your dad as a vain man.
He's not! I'm telling you, something's not right in this stupid place!
Dum dum dum.
doom, doom, doom.
I think there's something under here.
Yeah, more plaster. Why would he...
Whoa, Lily. Your dad was a really big fan of Nick from the mailroom.
Well, most people are. Except my dad. My dad once told me he thought Nick Johnsmith was an obsequious little lick-spittle.
Lick-spittle?
That's how my dad talked. My real dad. Raz, this isn't my dad's mind.
Lily! Oof.
Hey, you kids! Get off that carpet. VIPs only.
If it's not your dad's mind, whose mind is it?
His.
Nick's brain is missing, but, I mean, Nick?
Make way, common folk. Make room for Zazarovich Crystal Malik, future Tsar of Grulovia.
Nick is the Zazarovich?
I can't believe it.
The chandelier.
What's a Zazarovich?
The missing heir to the throne of Grulovia. He lived in exile with his family after Maligula destroyed the capital. Why is his brain in your dad's body?
And where is my father's real brain? Come on, let's make him talk. Come on, he's getting away. Coming through.
Help! This person's cutting in line.
Sorry.
Who do you think you are? The Zazarovich?
Official business.
Excuse me.
Get behind me, punk.
Hi. Can we get on the ride, please?
Did you two cut in line?
We're VIPs.
Oh, does that stand for vertically impaired preteens?
Yeah.
Oh, come on! This is an emergency!
It's for your own safety. Come back when you're older.
Okay, we're older. Check us now.
Oh man, how long have I had this? I gotta get out of here. Sorry, Grolovians only.
What? You can't.
It's okay, Raz. Go.
But Lily.
Don't worry. I have a plan. Now,
Hey!
follow that czar!
Oh, God.
Behold the glory of Grulovia. Never had a nation been more prosperous, its people more content. Never was a royal family more beloved than the Maliks, Tsar Theodore, Tsarina Rokal, and the young Zazarovich Crystal. The nation looked forward to the happy day when Crystal Malik would legally and rightfully inherit his father's throne, but alas,
Malik.
that
Nick.
was not meant to be. The Tsar's Minister of War and Protector of the People, General Maligula, had aroused the jealousy of the warmongering Ford Cruller.
What the?
He led his mob of Psychonauts to gang up on Maligula, drowning the brave warrior.
And
Just when I thought I'd heard every version of this story.
And drowning
I think
much
that
of
looks like the
Grulovia's
Flatwoods
process.
monster.
Why didn't the Tsar help Maligula in her time of need? No one knows, but historians agree it is Tsar Theodore's biggest failure. In the end, Grulovia, the Maliks, and Maligula were betrayed by the weakness of the Tsar and the bloodlust of the Psychonauts.
That is some messed up junk.
Hey, Raz. I'm watching you on the control panel here. Why'd you stop?
This door won't open. What happened to the ride operator?
He, had an accident.
Looks like there's an electrical problem up above the ride.
Okay, I'll drain the water so you can get up there. If you can fix it, I should be able to get the ride going again from here.
Check.
Oh, God. They knew. Haven't seen that in a while.
Yes, got the duffel bag tag. Yep.
really quiet.
Oopsie.
The brain goop. How do I? Oh. Oops, 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 oops.
Aha! Here's the Hatbox tag.
Gotta get the rat. Get the rat. Let's see. Sleepy, leapy.
Huh. This is not how I heard this story. Then again, I'm not sure who to trust anymore.
Rats, rats, where are the rats? The rat.
Hey, Ford, think you can help me up into those rafters?
I like how it's old man Ford. Hold on. What else is here? Rat. Red Robin. You mean old Red Robins when they used to be cool.
Catch me, angels!
Honk.
Okay, did that fix the problem?
Looks good, Raz. Get back on the ride, and I'll start it up again.
Oops.
Aha! I think I finally found the right button. Here we go. Oh wait, that's not right. Okay, found the right one.
sure. Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer on their points. Now they killed my archetype, just when I was starting to...
Okay, sorry. This button for sure.
Stop pressing buttons!
I sentence you to death!
Hey! Oh, no good! They're under that enabler's protection.
We're one of a kind.
Hold on. Can I...
I appreciate the positivity, but this enabler is not doing anybody any real good. Stupid enabler with a stupid head. I appreciate the positivity, but this enabler is not doing anybody any real good. Damn! Now it's a fair fight.
You need this more than me.
Council must not badger the gavel!
Hey, lady, look at me.
Gur would call a judge lady.
Another button.
No, wait!
Relax. I know what I'm doing.
Now?
Will you just get back on the dumb ride?
Get me out of Grulovia.
Hang on.
Oh gosh. What?
Maligula was mourned. If only the Tsar had supported her more, not turned his back on her in her time of need. Maybe then his family would not have been forced into exile. Forced to wander the earth with no country, across the frozen Arctic. The burning desert. The endless ocean.
They lived in the ocean?
On his deathbed, Tsar Theodore gave young Bristol, who had suffered so much, a small ray of hope. He told him that Maligula, protector of Grulovia, was Surely Ford Crawler and his psycho spies must have her captive. Crystal Malik bravely decided then and there to find her, to undo his father's mistake, and to restore Maligula, the Maliks, and all of Grulovia to power.
Hey!
Are you stuck again? Is something malfunctioning on your end?
Sorry, closed for maintenance. And for the glory of Grulovia, or whatever.
What's the holdup?
Hang on. I gotta talk to a guy about a door. Excuse me, but this door over here...
Sorry, busy.
Busy with what?
Propagandaneering. I'm creating a future
Propagandaneering?
chapter in this glorious, semi-interactive, location-based epic. This treasure room tells the story of how once the Zazarovich finds Maligula and restores Grulovia to its former glory, the people will all share in unimaginable riches. But it's missing something. Not sure what.
Like something to go in that big egg cup in the middle?
Yeah, something there.
Like maybe an egg?
That's it! See, sometimes you just need a fresh set of eyes. Hey, you get me a big, beautiful, luxurious egg, and I'll use my pass to open that door for you.
Deal! Hey, where do they keep the big eggs around here?
Crystal told me the best eggs he ever found were out in the ocean, whatever that means.
I don't know. It's not ringing any bells for me. One of these is Raz's grandparents' graves.
Suitcase tag. Gotcha. Yep. What's that sound? I need the purse tag here.
I don't know who that is, but you just recognize him.
Got the purse tag. Ho! Lily, do you see any controls for a giant painted mural with props?
I see something called Grulovian Diasporama. It has buttons for scenery, props, and heroes.
Let's change the scenery.
Okay, there are buttons for Arctic Exile, Adrift at Sea, and Desert Wasteland.
Show me Drift at Sea, could you?
Why not?
I think I want to change something else now.
Whatever.
Can we alter the props?
Yep. You want cacti, fish, maybe some trees?
I like how she was like, "I love over but the scenery, but the props."
I think some cacti would really set the mood.
Interesting choice.
Those trees are ruining it. Get rid of them.
Interesting choice.
I think what this needs is some fish.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Nix the fish.
Why not?
I want to change something else, I think.
Figures.
Could you move the family for me?
Sure. Where do you want them? Stage left, right, or center?
Front and center. I think that's where Crystal would like his family.
You sure this is doing something?
Okay, I don't want to think about that family anymore.
Me either.
Okay, that's enough for now. Thanks, Lily.
Bye, Roz.
Oh. Okay, I do need the fish. I didn't know how the
Lily,
platforming
can you
was going to
change
work.
that projector screen again?
Sure. It has buttons for scenery, props, and heroes.
Can we alter the props?
Yep. You want cacti, fish, maybe some trees?
What?
I think what this needs is some fish.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I want to change something else, I think.
Figures.
Okay, that's enough for now. Thanks, Lily.
Bye, Roz.
We're in a small world after all, but it's telling us the history of Gravolviich through Gravolviich's eyes.
I know where I am. This is the Lady Luctopus. The Maliks must have lived at the casino for a while, suffering in exile. Ha!
Yeah. And like one of the things we learned is they think Ford caused the flood.
Lily, there's a room here just like the one we found on the mission to the casino. The delusionist was
Yeah.
Crystal.
So that's why Nick had a Luctopus key in his pocket. He was living there.
Yeah, in exile.
Ooh, that means he's the one who wrote the creepy note about me.
He's here, Crystal.
Really?
Wait a second. Huh.
Don't forget Norma. Who thought we were dating our grandma, our great aunt.
Hey!
Yeah, he's... So... Sometime during like the during the kidnapping, Nick put his brain in Truman. And then Norma squealed that we were up to no good. And pretty much ruined the whole let's get Lucy back and destroyed the feral part of Maligula.
Why the long face?
My father died today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. He ruined my life. And if it weren't for him, I'd be the Tsar of Grulovia. Believe it or not. Instead, I'm homeless.
I don't know. This place looks pretty nice.
Ha! Good one. Hey, kid. There's something about you I like. Are you, by any chance, of Grulovian blood?
That's a creepy question. I'm out of here.
I am.
I knew it. Come, and let us toast to the fatherland. Hey, want some caviar?
I don't know. I've never had caviar.
That's okay. It's just eggs. Incredibly expensive eggs.
Well, since you put it that way...
You won't regret it. I mean, look at these eggs.
Maybe I'll have just one.
I don't think one is gonna do the trick.
We'll see.
Yeah, the freaking crowns look like chandeliers. Oh yeah, there's also the part where everyone hugged. Oh, I bet. The momentum. No, no, no.
Oh my god! Quick! Roll that over to the treasure room before anyone sees what you did! Oh, my poor Theodore!
That was supposed to happen.
That's right. Right through
Yeah.
here. Perfect. Now please leave before you break anything else.
Yep.
Oh my, please be careful.
I'll take this nugget.
young Bristol Malik embarked on his heroic mission to scour the earth for Maligula, and with her restore glory to Grulovia. He hunted down Ford the Fraud Cruller, but found him to be a broken man, obviously tortured by the misdeeds of his past. Undaunted, Crystal Malik dove straight into the belly of the beast itself, infiltrating the Psychonauts in their filthy lair. Once insinuated into their organization, the Zarovich quickly rose to power, replacing the very head of the spy ring.
Lily, I found Crystal's memory of stealing your father's brain.
Does he show what he did with it?
No, it's just a weird puppet show now. Hey, wait. I'm in this one.
He found their organization ridiculously easy to manipulate. Some of their most trusted agents were mere children, easily controlled by Puppet Master Malik.
Super creepy.
Because they were the royal family, and the royal family hired Maligula to get rid of the protesters and all that. He said that they were taxing them too much and not letting them eat.
Not safe at all.
And so Maligula got rid of them. And they, like, you know, little change of history. Ford's the one who drowned the people. So pretty much is also he can be a Tsar again. Also, we learned that the person who sent Raz to camp in the first place was Lucy. So his great aunt remembered a little bit, and then sent him off. She said she would have also sent his sister, but Raz was more nerdy than her. Man, this anxiety is killing me.
Is in session.
Yeah.
My tower comes
I could really use a Psychonauts power now.
Little Malik.
Yeah, because they figured that Ford was the one who was hiding where Maligula was.
I just want to find that cart and get back on the ride again.
Which kind of worked because frickin' Norma told him. Oh, it's Dr. Lobato. Ah, I see.
I think I hear some emotional baggage near. I need the steamer trunk
God
tab.
dang it. Why is What? Frickin' creepy Russian doll.
This must be the moment where Lobato stole Agent Zanato's brain. Creepy. So Crystal Malik was the one who hired you to swap his brain in for Truman's?
I'll never tell.
I'm literally watching you right now. Where did you put Truman's brain?
I'll never tell.
Come on!
I'll never tell. I'll never tell.
Okay, okay.
I'll never tell.
Okay, okay.
In a box.
Here's the steamer trunk tag.
I might as well go now, since I know where it is.
What's that sound?
I want to know what happened to the female assistant Nick had.
I found some weird stuff off the ride and...
Raz, we're chasing Crystal Malik, remember? Not having fun at an amusement park.
I'm headed back to the cart now.
Is that it? Oh, there's like another one, like right. There he is. Dogen. The prep kids. A door. Actually, there's another door right here. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come to me.
Get me out of this creepy place.
Okay, it looks like you're catching up with Crystal. Keep a lookout for him.
Crystal Malik's aim was true. Our father meant it rise anew. He made a plan and fooled
Mouth.
the man who took Caligula. Together they rule. Everything is super cool. Grulovia, Grulovia, we're back.
Raz, what's happening?
Things are getting a little weird.
Now they're weird.
Weirder. I think we're coming to the finale.
I'm going to try and find a way to meet you at the end. Look for me.
Roger that, Potato Masher.
Potato Masher?
It's a new mission code name I made for you.
I like it. Let's go mash Crystal.
Potato. Elijah would.
Weird. I think I hear something.
Wait, was his
So,
brain always
what
with
did
him
you
all the
think?
time?
I think you're a very confused person, and you don't know what you're messing with.
I'm going to restore a whole country to greatness. A country that your heroes, the Psychonauts, tore apart.
Your dad was a brutal dictator and a ruthless strongman.
My father's only problem was that he wasn't strong enough. As Tsar, I won't have that problem. Trust me.
Grulovia was never great. It was always a fair to middling country at best.
Please. I was there. You weren't. It was amazing. I had a cotton candy maker in my bedroom.
You were the royalty!
Where's Truman's brain?
Not my problem.
The people hated the Maliks.
If that were true, then why did they unanimously re-elect us every election?
Your father used Lucretia Mux to squash non-violent protests.
Maligula rained on a few parades, yes? But that's what cooled them down before they got too violent.
Oh. Also, the rain. Little did she know, by being told to just cause it the rain, they had set up that the dam would overflood and break. So it wasn't it wasn't her fault. That they tricked her into doing it. And then, of course, seeing all the bodies and, you know, killing her sister kind of caused her to snap.
Tsar Theodore made a monster. He pushed a vulnerable young woman to do such horrible things in the name of her country that she snapped. He broke her.
He took a sad country girl and turned her into a mighty warrior. And I'm going to do it again.
Maligula is my grandma.
Great aunt.
Oh boy. Now who's confused?
I've had enough of this.
Yes, me too.
Hey, I'm not a puppet. I'll break out of this in 2 minutes and then you'll be sorry.
That's all the time I need to have Truman extricate Maligula from her captors back in the physical world.
No, please don't. She's in a very fragile state right now. Any stress or memories could
awaken the Guardian of Grulovia and fulfill all of my hopes and dreams? You don't say. Please excuse me. I don't want to miss this.
Hey, you jerk! I'm gonna wreck this place. I'm going to destroy your shop. Uh-oh. Not sure I should start a fire while I'm tied up. I'm ruining all your stuff. You'll never turn a profit on this merch.
Where am I?
Grr, help! Yeah.
$25 for this piece of crap?
It's made with real...
Where
Oh!
is
Ouch!
my
Hey!
father's
Ow!
brain?
Please?
It's a plush toy, little prince.
It's made with real metal in the briefcase.
It's in the briefcase.
Come over here.
Help. Ow!
But all the frick...
What?
No, not that one. This one.
Oh man, they're really gonna force you to replay that one to get all of it.
children just inside the mind of the Grand Head of the Psychonauts?
No.
Darling, we saw you come out.
That's an incredible security violation.
Listen, that's the mole.
Kid, you're way behind. The mole is Nick from the mailroom. Sasha just figured it out. But I always had my suspicions.
Why, there he is, over there.
No, that's the Zazarovich of Grulovia. Or at least his body. His mind is in my dad's head. Ugh, we don't have time for this. Let's go get my dad's brain. Out of my way.
Did she just say...
Gah! I think we should get out of here.
Little Zazarovich, have you come to pay for your father's sins?
Yes, High Priestess. I am here to correct the mistakes made by my father. I am Gristal Malek, son of Tsar Theodore, rightful ruler of Grulovia and servant of Maligula.
Lucy, this isn't you. We can fight this together.
Ford, you're here too? This is awkward. Ah, there's too many people here. Too much baggage. Need to push it all away.
Lily, wait!
Yeah. Ada was the only one who was like still all together. It's like, yeah. Shit happened.
Is Maligula doing that? Of course she's doing that.
Really, game? How was I not in it? Oh, I had... Okay. I had to avoid it.
Nona, that could have killed me. I hope my family is still at the camp.
His dad burned himself.
Your father had a rough night. He's been remembering things.
Oof.
I lost her, Rasputin.
Hey, it's the shot from the trailer.
Oh no.
You know what we have to do.
Mio caro. No tears, my love. It's showtime. Time for the devil's fire hose. Quippy, on the bottom. Now, Rasputin, up top you go.
But what about all that water?
The curse isn't real, Dad. It's just something Ford put in our minds to keep us safe.
Sure about that?
Of course he's not sure. But what choice does he have? You ready, Raz?
No, so do it quick.
Allie, say hi to Nona for me. Tell her to knock it off.
Nice. The babies. Oh.
That's right, and there's more where that came from.
I wonder if we're going to have to connect thoughts again.
Well, this is cheery. My grandparents were part of the protests in Grulovia after the war. It didn't end well. Here's a scene I was hoping not to see again. You're in the way, Maligulugly.
Ugly.
Maligulugly. Malugly. I gotta practice. Ooh, I'm gonna pay for that later. Grandma Morona. My real Grandma Morona. And my dad's father, Lazarus. Nice to see them alive, actually. Nona? Oh, hi. I'm Raz. I'm your great nephew.
I believe it was the Civil War.
I mean,
due to the
not that I think
Tsars.
I'm great or anything. Just that you're my grandma's sister. And I'm here to talk you out of being evil because, you know, you're still family and all.
Family? All I see is another unruly Grulovian peasant.
Half Grulovian.
Another piece of trash I need to wash from the streets.
Oh boy.
She's having a civil war with herself.
Yourself, huh?
Oh
Stop
no.
hitting yourself.
Hey!
Come on, Sam.
I missed this.
You are no more threat than one. In my time, I have vanquished entire armies.
Ding dong! Whaleogram! I'd like you to meet Mental Esmeralda. Uh-oh.
I missed them working as a team.
Careful, children. Oh, I fear a storm is coming. I am the deluge of Grolovia.
No.
Let the streets be cleansed forever.
I'm not afraid of you. You're just an overgrown lust for violence and destruction. Okay, that sounded scarier than I wanted it to. But you're actually a normal part of any human... Fine.
Fire you! Sir, suffocate!
Maybe I should throw them. Oh yeah, I should throw them back.
I will defend Grulovia against all her enemies. Heal his love!
Or not.
What dares block my flow?
I don't know, lady. Have you tried eating prunes?
Yeah.
The problem is she's all twisted up in knots. I got something that'll help you. Unwind.
Ooh, that looked painful.
It's okay. I have another one.
Let's see. Oops.
Sir, suffocate!
Hey, Maligula!
Back to your quilts, weakling!
What?
Hey, that little old lady's inside her.
Now that you've seen that, I'm afraid I can't let you leave.
Oh, we need the JoJo meme.
It means run!
Oh, you've seen it, have you?
Listen, you're a natural part of the fight-or-flight complex, but you're supposed to be smaller. Stay down in the primitive brain until needed.
I am the deluge of Grulovia!
You've got a fighter from the inside, Nona.
That little boy looks thirsty. Whoa! Feed my child.
Stay away from the water, Pooty!
You heard the Lady Rasputin. Let's get you away from that water. Sorry, I thought you were the mole, Raz. Let me make it up to you.
I hate you still.
Ooh, she looks steamed.
Go!
Sidewalk before I learn how to fence one. Cyclops.
Pooty! There's something I have to tell you. I killed my...
Enough!
Gisu, Norma, are you... Nona, if you can hear me, this thing is not your fault. Ford's experiments opened the door and let it out of the lower brain. The Tsar and his war make it grow.
This has gone on long enough!
Those Cyclops are good. And good for me. Take his breath.
Never underestimate the power of pirate radio! Norma came to me, upset about some terrible mistake she had made. So we put the word out on KLOB, and guess what? People were listening! At least one of them. And they told the others.
Thanks, Morris.
You owe me an exclusive on-air interview for this, okay?
You got it, buddy.
Marona wasn't supposed to be there. Lazarus shouldn't have brought her. He killed my sister.
No, that's not quite right.
No, that's not quite right.
Pody, listen.
I killed my sister. I might not be your real grandmother. I killed my sister.
But you're still my family.
What's so bad? Eh? I kill lots of people.
Oof.
The only thing I can offer now is everything I've got.
Goggle floor.
But there's always room for one more.
Oh, I wish I had made you bigger.
It's okay, Nona. Look behind her.
Ah, my Crowley dug his little hole after all.
Yep, and we're gonna fill it.
Kick her into the pit!
It's a fighting pit. I clapped.
Nona!
You can't get rid of me. I'm a part of her.
Big deal. Everybody's got something like you. We just know how to keep it where it belongs. Nona! Nona!
Raz!
All the hugs.
Do you have a funnel?
So that's it? Caligula gets to live out in Green Needle Gulch with Ford as if she didn't just try to kill people?
Irony.
Hey, it was different when I did it. There was a monster, and then, and now, I think she deserves a second chance.
And I think I deserve a vacation. My brain's been through a lot.
Oh, no you don't. I've kept this place afloat during your little nap, and now I'm taking 2 of the 17 weeks of vacation I've saved up to lie in a beach where none of you can find me.
17 weeks?
Right
You get a lot of
after we
vacation
take care of
time.
some important Psychonauts business. Well, are you coming or not?
Now that's leadership.
Despite my best efforts, you interns have seen some really inappropriate things. But I think you've also learned a truth that every Psychonaut should know. That there are flaws in our most venerated institutions, in our heroes, and in ourselves. We all make mistakes, and we all need help sometimes. But we all deserve a second chance. You've seen us
Why
at
is
our
she
worst,
cross-eyed?
and we've seen you at your best. And I'm proud to say, you have all graduated from the intern program. Woo!
That's what I'm talking about!
You are all now officially junior agents of the Psychonauts.
Junior?
I'll take it.
No, I think Sam was just being Sam. But man, after putting Ford's brain back together, it really became a set path. Who's the dude on the right? I don't remember him. Are you showing concept art? Yeah, it looked like Shasta 9, but it would be weird that a concept art for a pre-established character would be prominently shown. Especially seeing his eyes. Okay. Oh.
know I graduated the intern program and all, but I'll bet if I snuck in a little extra credit work, that would really irritate Norma.
Yeah. Gosh. Rank 102. You want to see his family first? Okay. Okay. Alright. We'll find Raz's family and Lily. Also, I don't think I need combat buttons. So let's... I guess this one. And then we'll need him.
And then I was like, Dad! And you just moaned, caviar!
No!
Yes!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't you. You were locked up in a brain case far away.
Oh, if only every brainless father had a daughter like you to save him.
Oh,
Aw.
hi guys. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Young man, I still haven't thanked you for saving me from the rhombus of ruin. Lily told me all about it.
I merely did what any psychonaut would do.
Please don't hold against me what that twisted little man said with my tongue.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Except when
And please don't tell me about it either. My daughter has already told me far too much.
Forget about it, Pops. It was a phase. All dads go through it.
How's the brain reintegration going?
Perfect. No side effects at all.
Porpoise Sally and 8-Ball?
Oh? You little trickster. Trying to make me think I have brain damage.
You got me.
That's only going to be funny for a few more years. Enjoy it while you can.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry, but I might have broken into your presidential locker on the jet.
As long as you didn't break the music box that was inside. It was my mother's.
Well, we did. But then Raz went inside of it using clairvoyance on a flea and fixed it.
What an enterprising young man.
Did you tell your dad about what happened at camp?
Raz!
Oh, well, now you have to tell me.
It was no big deal. Oleander was stealing children's brains and using them as weapons in armored death tanks.
Oh, is that all? Good. I thought it was something more worrying, like kissing. I've heard that happens a lot at summer camps.
Dad! Gross!
Well, I'll let you two get back to talking about me.
Bye, Raz!
Hold on. Nope.
Woo, I'm an airplane!
Wait a sec. Oh wait. Oh. Let's see. Is Queepy still hanging out in the pirate radio station? Oh frick! One sec. I'm a dum dum. Great. Oh well. I forgot to use clairvoyance. No, I was just right there. There we go. Yeah. Instead of pulling us under now, it saves us.
Now be careful with that dancing, or you'll skip the record.
What's a record?
So you don't think people are getting tired of this song?
No way. I hear new stuff each time. It's an evergreen classic.
And you're available to start DJing right away?
As long as I can dance during the songs.
Hey, Queepy, what are you doing in here?
He's the latest DJ I've added to my roster.
You mean your only DJ?
We have a very specific discriminating musical direction here at KLOB.
We make a great team.
I think we should see other people.
Can I not talk to him? I can only talk to Queepy.
Guys.
Rock is only one of our formats.
Can't leave this card lying around. You should meet my friend Dogen. You seem non-threatening. Excuse me, Agent Forsyth?
Yes, Rasputin?
I just wanted to apologize.
No. I thought we agreed not to talk about that again.
We did?
Listen, in the end, I was the adult in the room. You were the child. I take full responsibility. And the whole thing is just so embarrassing, so let's just move the mission log to the classified file, okay?
What are you doing out here?
Well, just relaxing, waiting for my flight to the tropics. I'm off the clock, but I'm happy to answer any non-work related questions.
Where will you go on your vacation?
Oh, well, Agents 9 and Vodella were nice enough to give me this all-expense-paid tropical vacation. Look.
Things real?
Well, it better be. That prescription sunblock I bought wasn't cheap.
That's a call back to the very beginning.
So, what will you do with Crystal Malik?
Well, we don't want any publicity about it, or we'd have to give up Lucretia. So we'll probably just keep Malik here. Maybe give him to Agent 9 for experiments.
Yes.
Experiments? You're going to experiment on Crystal?
Heavens, no. That's terrible. Why would you say such a thing?
You said...
I said we'd give him to Sasha for therapy.
But...
No one likes an argumentative preteen, Rasputin.
Will you miss being the acting head of the Psychonauts?
Not a bit. In fact, my main goal now is to convince Truman to put off retirement as long as I can. He's been threatening me with the title of Grand Head for years, but I do not need the grief.
Do you want Ford to come back and work at headquarters?
Absolutely. Nobody gets my hair like Agent Cruller.
What will you do with Lucretia?
I'd like to keep her under observation.
What about the government? The Grulovian secret police?
Please, this is Psychonauts business.
I'll bet you're happy my family is leaving soon.
Actually, I've invited them to stay.
What?
I see a lot of potential in that sister of yours, and your little brother, and even your father.
Are you going to make my family into Psychonauts?
Well, we should at least teach them psycho-safety.
Hey!
Running loose, leaving a trail of burning pine cones behind them.
Well, have fun on vacation.
Thanks, Rasputin. If I see an octopus while snorkeling, I'll think of you. Right before I shoot it with my spear gun.
I still need to use clairvoyance on Lily. Yeah, I've been noticing clairvoyance changes. Hold on. The pomp. Man, I wish I used clairvoyance on Truman earlier. Okay. Now to get back to the woods. I'm not gonna make it.
Finally, a visitor! It's been so empty since Agent Boole checked out. Hey, what was your name again? Cody? No. Max? Hector? Finn? Angus? Bart? Seth? Sergio? Pete? Mike? Rufus? Waldo? Milo? Eagle? Rock? Tranquility? Justice? Cletus? Saul? Tootie! Fester!
It's you!
Robespierre!
My best friend!
D'Artagnan!
What's your name
Terrell? Oh wait, that's your name. Oh well. I'll just call
What's your
you
name
Hootie,
again?
Like an owl. Because you're so quiet and mysterious. You're alright, Hootie. Something about you I like, Hoots. Mind if I call you Hoots? Oh, jeez. Oh, I've gone too far. I'm just gonna be quiet now. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Hoots.
Since Agent Boole left, why do you stick around?
Oh, you never know when someone is going to rush out here needing some emergency psycho-isolation. Agent Forsyth comes up here a lot for her migraines.
Well,
Since Agent Boole left, why do you
if
stick around?
she needs
You never know
migraine
when someone is going to
problem,
rush out here
if
needing
she has
some
migraine
emergency
problems,
psycho-isolation. Agent Forsyth comes up here a lot for her migraines.
I'm sure John Redcorn could help. Alrighty.
Wait. What could you two have to talk about?
Not you, if that's what you're worried about.
Your brother has some ideas about psychics.
Did you know that psychic powers don't come from drinking human blood?
Yes? What else did you learn, Dion?
Did you know fortune tellers didn't actually invent bedbugs?
I'll give you one more.
Crystal balls aren't actually fortune teller eggs.
Actually, I still half believe that one.
Dion, where did you get all these weird ideas about psychics? Dad?
Queepy told me most of them.
Oh, I get it now. Dion, where did you get all these weird ideas about psychics?
Queepy told
Oh, I get it now. Dion, where did you get all these weird...
Queepy told
Oh, I get it now.
He still views Raz as a punching bag.
So, what do you guys eat out here? Berries?
She still sees him as a squirrel.
Did Coach ask for more pancakes?
No, this time I'm my own boss. I'm gonna open this place back up again.
Why?
To be close to the animals. They need someone to help them.
Oh, are they?
Help them organize. Together, we can run this place. Handsome? Limbo! Limbo!
Big Leg sits alone. Huh. Can I get some pancakes?
Sorry, out of dirt.
We're surrounded.
Yeah.
Not the good dirt.
Can I get some pancakes?
Sorry, out of dirt.
We're surrounded by dirt.
Not the good dirt.
Alright. Is anyone in the tent now?
Woo! I'm an airplane! Bye!
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance. Remember, I'm your favorite psycho, okay? Yep. Oops.
Okay, one more time from the top. Yes, the Aquatos have had a long-time feud with the Pinocchios.
They were fortune tellers, and Papa said that's bad.
He only said that because he thought the Galocios had cursed all Aquatos to die in water.
But it's not true, and we're actually Galocios.
Okay, I need to get rid of that pin.
We have two Galokio grandmas. Kind of. A real grandma, Marona.
Who I never met.
None of us did. And her sister, Lucretia, or Nona, who is also someone named Maligula.
The big water funnel we beat up with Pooter.
Yes.
And our real grandpa is Gelson Mux.
No, Gelson Mux is Nona's first husband.
Nona, you and your secrets.
But the poor guy died in the Grulovian Wars before she came here.
And started dating the old bacon guy. Is he our grandpa?
No. Anyway, she went back to Grulovia to help in the war, and that's when she became Maligula and accidentally killed our real grandma, Marona.
That's so sad.
It is. Everybody's sad about it, but it's better to be sad than to do what the Bacon Man did next.
He tricked Papa and told him that Nona was his mama.
He used a machine to trick Papa's mind from the inside.
But Nona is our grandma. I mean, Nona!
Not really, but if we want, kinda?
If she wasn't our Nona, we couldn't call her Nona.
Tella, that's not how this works.
None of this makes sense. I don't get it.
I like how they're explaining everything.
Nice chart.
Raz, Freezy says Nona's not our Nona.
Well, it's a long story.
You want to tell it?
Oh, I would, but I gotta go do some spy stuff. Bye. Don't forget the part where I beat the hand of Galokio.
You mean where we beat the hand of Galokio?
Don't forget the part where I beat the hand of Galokio.
You mean where we beat the hand of Galokio?
She sees him as baby.
Okay, one more time from the top. Yes, the Aquatos have had a long-time feud with the Galokios.
They were fortunate.
Hi, Mom.
Puti, my middle baby. So glad you are here. Much work to do.
What work?
Now that you have lifted the evil curse on our family.
I just pointed out that it
was all in our minds. Yes, yes. You believe what you must believe. Either way, it opens up so many possibilities. This is going to be a new golden age of the Aquato family circus.
Water axe?
We will finally earn our name.
Think Dad will be okay?
Eventually. You know, I think there was a part of him that always knew. This may finally bring him peace. Why don't you go talk to him? He's probably up high somewhere, staring off into space. Handsomely.
Did you know the truth about Nona?
Well, she did always seem a little off to me. But I thought that was just a mother-in-law thing.
We be lost again?
You've taught me that sometimes you must let your children roam free.
Because that's how we learn.
Because they have psychic powers they can use to crush all who oppose them.
What?
I have some ideas for water axe.
I'm listening.
Trapeze over shark tank.
How do we transport sharks, Rasputin? Next idea.
Underwater tightrope?
Not dangerous enough. Try again.
Wet blanket fighting.
Terrible. Next.
Dog washing.
Ugh, what else? On second thought, never mind. You've convinced me to avoid collaboration for the time being.
I'm gonna get back to my important spy stuff.
Don't forget to check on your father, Mr. Big Man of the World.
She sees him as an even big, smaller baby.
He only said that.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you anymore. I don't kill animals, okay?
Why does it sound like that?
Oops.
So his dad's up high. Yeah. She seems nicer.
There we go. Whee! Here we go. Funicular.
I wonder what would happen if you never got that mushroom for Lily.
Well, I mean, in their defense, they're not called fasting killers. Yep. Oops.
So he's not here. Oh, wait, no, I was right.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, son.
How do you feel about Nona now?
How can I answer that? She's at the center of so many painful events. But in the end, she might be the one who suffered the most.
How you doing?
I'm not quite
Ed's here
sure.
for the dad content.
So many things to think about.
Are your memories changing?
I don't even know which memories are mine. I have memories of my mother from before she died, and I miss her. But I also have a lifetime of memories with Nona. It's giving me a bit of an identity crisis.
Tell me about your identity crisis.
Well, memories are stories we tell ourselves about where we come from. It's how we figure out who we are. And the story I've been telling myself all my life is a lie.
Are you mad at Ford?
I feel tricked and confused. But that man, he's put himself through enough.
What are you gonna do now?
I think I'm going to let this whole mess simmer for a bit in the back of my mind while I focus on making some new stories for the family.
So, is Nona still in the family?
Well, she's still our blood, Rasputin. And she always will be. As far as where she'll live now, that's up to her. She's with Ford right now in the Green Needle Gulch, trying to answer that very question.
What about the circus?
Oh, son, that's going to be something now. The Aquatos have some great water tricks we haven't used in a generation. It's time for the Aquatos
Just one
family
generation.
circus to rise again.
You feel like you're free of the water curse?
Oh, yes, I feel great about it now.
Is he gonna dive?
Later today, I'm thinking we should all go for a swim. That little army fellow offered to give us all swimming lessons.
Okay.
He's an egg!
I'll leave you alone.
I never mind talking to you, son. We psychics understand each other, right?
I'm only a clone. I'm an ugly person.
So unless someone else is hidden, I think it's time to go to the Green Needle. This place seems a lot less destroyed for some reason. Ooh! Different. It's more bright.
Hi there.
Rasputin, I have much on my mind, but I want you to know that in my heart, you are my grandson. My second favorite grandson.
Well, that certainly sounds like something my Nona would say. What are you two gonna do now?
We're gonna recuperate here for a bit. Make sure Lucy's okay.
Oh, I'm fine! Thanks to little Queepy here.
Think you'll come back to work at the Mother Lobe, Agent Cruller?
Well, I need to spend at least a little time there, or else those bowling alley shoes are gonna sprout legs and walk away. But I'd also love to take Lucy to Whispering Rock.
That means Dion's her least favorite grandson.
I won't be able to resist his advances.
Okay, that's enough.
He's right.
Okay! What's next for the Psychonauts, Agent Cruller?
Well, I'm not sure, but if I have any influence, we'll get back to basics. Exploring the human mind. There's still so much mystery to explore there, Rasputin.
If you're going to give your final frontier speech, I'm going to close my eyes and sleep for a bit. You keep talking.
Well, I thought it was interesting. Have you talked to my dad yet?
Not yet. Do you think he'd talk to me?
I think my dad will need a little time. But you know what they say about acrobats? They're very
Always
flexible.
bounce back.
Well, I hope both are true.
I'll leave you two alone.
Stay away from the water! Oh, sorry. Old habit.
That face.
Oh, boy.
My dogs are barking today.
Somebody give him some food.
Oh. the finally another.
You could have at least asked first. I got this.
It's Squeepy.
Woo! I'm an airplane.
Let's see. Oh, they're still hanging out over here.
Here we go. The airplane rides.
You can't pet the beaver?
Looks like you got those bees back under control.
Some of them. Still some ongoing negotiations with the Queen.
We'd be more firm with them, but frankly, we need the honey.
Have fun beekeeping.
Come back later for dinner.
We're making goat stew.
fun beekeeping.
We're making goat stew.
Alright, hopefully they're not in the greenhouse. And they're still over here.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll go check the greenhouse. I'm gonna need that. Oops.
All locked up. The note says, "Gone to Grulovia."
They're going to go get his body. Okay. We're not going to be able to see it. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, I was about to go to Otto's lab. There's been something I want to check out in Otto's lab for a while now, too.
You shouldn't be back here. It's not safe. Also, personal bubble.
Hello, Agent Mentalis.
Well, if it isn't my favorite customer.
Make any new gadgets lately?
Actually, I'm thinking of a whole new line of gadgets. Gadgets that open up the mind for exploration, like in the old days.
At the nerve center.
Wasn't that dangerous the way you early Psychonauts used to explore the mind?
Seeing that old astrolabe really inspired me. I'm going to make tiny, personal-sized astrolabes to help people make small cosmetic changes to their personalities. Like how an injectable neurotoxin removes wrinkles, but for the mind.
I don't think it's a good idea to remove your mind's wrinkles.
Smooth brain. Smooth brain.
By the time you're my age, there will be plenty of wrinkles in that mind of yours you'll be happy to get rid of.
No, you need that. You don't want koala brain.
Happy that Ford's back?
You know, I missed that old abusive so-and-so. You need a guy around like that to keep you humble.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just something Ford keeps telling me.
Was it weird seeing your old friend Lucy again?
Oh, there's
You know,
the nerve
I was
center
the
in the
one
mother
who brought
lobe.
Lucy here the first time, so I feel a little responsible.
Really?
No, not much. It was all Ford's fault.
What's gonna happen now with Ford back?
Knowing Ford, things will get chaotic and we'll lose all our funding. But that's okay. I have a backup plan. To tell you the truth, I've been fighting off the venture capitalists for years.
Maybe you should get out of this lonely lab.
I'm fine. I have my gadgets. And a pretty friendly crab sandwich scuttled by a while back.
Bye, Otto.
See you next time, kid.
Yeah. Indeed they are. You know, I never went back here.
No. Hard pass. Don't like the undulations. Ouch. No thank you. Doesn't have the oblongata I'm looking for.
Okay. No? Okay. Yeah. I'm guessing that was like a certain goal, a certain amount you had to put in. Yeah. Tanner didn't pay up enough. Okay. Did that, did that, did that, did that. I guess we'll start from the Manatorium. You go to the brain tumbler. That way you can go through the collective unconscious. Cigarette machine.
I'm glad they're finally letting the full story of the Psychic 7 be told.
That reminds me. I gotta go change all those other plaques to say Psychic 7 instead of 6.
Not to worry. I have a graffiti pen.
So you're the one writing Colin loves Kim everywhere.
Lawbreaker.
Yeah.
Bob's still grumpy, but I'm glad he got off that island. I'm so happy Helmet's alive. I hope they find his body someday. I hope Cassie keeps the legend of the Green Needle Witch alive. They need something to scare the new interns with. Ford Cruller. I'm not sure if you messed up my family, or if you saved it. I mean, I might not even exist if you hadn't done what you did. Maybe I'll figure it out later, when I'm not 10. Compton, with what I learned from you, I might be able to help your grandson Dogen. Or at least help out the squirrels back at camp. Otto Mentalis, the only one of the Psychic 7 whose mind I didn't get to visit. Maybe someday.
Oh, they're teasing. They're teasing some stuff. Not as hard as the first game, but they're teasing.
We gotta finish up here so we can go on our honeymoon.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
What can I say? There's something about this little lady I can't resist.
I think it's my bacon perfume.
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psycards with a Psycore from the Automatic.
DLC, yeah. They don't have to make a whole new game.
Turn them into Psy challenge markers with a Psycore from the Automatic.
I found intern orientation eventually.
Oh, right.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, I mean, didn't you hear about all the, you know, with the water and the fighting?
No. Sorry, we don't follow intern activities.
But it sounds rough.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little longer with my clairvoyance.
Now that Truman's back, definitely going to be layoffs.
Wait, I thought you said Hollis was the problem.
No way! She was the only one keeping this place together.
I think she's secretly been running this place for years.
Ever wonder if you guys could make layoffs happen by thinking about it too much?
Oh my god.
No way.
If that were possible, then I'd be married to Lori by now.
Aww.
It was a disaster, I'm telling you. Complete disaster.
Well,
You guys talking about cooking? Because I have been doing some high-stakes cooking lately.
sorry, kid. This is a secret code. We are talking about a mission.
Actually, I thought we were talking about cooking. Well, that explains a lot.
They still think there's moles?
Yep.
Be a rank riser, not card miser. Combine your Psycards with a Psycore from the Automatic.
No, what happened?
Psycards piling up. Turn them into Psy challenge markers with a Psycore from the Automatic.
Yeah. Oh.
That kid looks
That's cute.
flammable.
I guess you gotta start somewhere.
Oh, not this again!
Hi, Lizzie. Norma.
Look, call me a snitch.
Snitch.
But after all was said and done, it ended up helping, didn't it?
No. It interrupted my work with Ford, provoked Maligula, and almost drowned everybody.
You should feel lucky, Raz. She's been helping me my whole life.
Okay, I've returned more than half of these things. Can I get half of my clothes back?
Which half?
The pants?
No.
By the way, Lizzie, it turns out The Green Needle Witch is pretty nice.
Really?
Yeah. She told me that if I ever have any more trouble with being hazed, I should just call her, and she'd come give everybody a big hug.
Really?
Anyone here?
I'm an airplane!
I do kind of like the
Combine your Psycards with us.
I do kind of like the flip they did, like the person who looks like they're the troublemaker is the good sister.
Hey, handsome, here I go! You, Dusty!
I remembered this.
It says, property of the Gastronauts. Not very smart putting your name on it, guys. It's locked.
Okay.
Scanning access granted.
I guess while I'm doing this, should we discuss what spooky game you guys want me
It's
to
Bob
play?
over there. Oh, and helmets. I'm sensing some stray thoughts nearby. Okay, let's see if there are any stray thoughts around. Found some thoughts. Thanks, Thought Tuner. What are you two up to?
We're planning our mission to rescue Helmet's body in Grulovia.
And after that, we're gonna buy a treadmill and rescue Poppy's body.
How are you gonna find Helmet's body? Ford and Otto tried for so long.
They didn't have Helmet to help.
Yeah, I should be able to sense my body's location better than they could.
And we won't give up until we find it.
Gonna be like a second honeymoon.
It's just Jack Black's voice when he's in the jar.
Good luck on your mission, guys.
I just get sad thinking of that poor body out in the cold.
I've had some opening nights that prepared me for much colder.
Good luck on your mission, guys.
I just get sad thinking of that poor body out in the cold.
I've had some opening nights that prepared me for much colder.
Yeah, helmet's more long or wide. I don't know. They're cartoon characters. Does actually unlocking them go towards 100%?
Scanning access granted.
What the? Oh, I forgot.
What are you and the sandwich talking about? You two missed the rhombus? So, what a ride, eh, Harold?
Man, the things you miss out from not playing one VR game. So, Sasha's lab. Oh, cutscene.
Dr. Lobato, where do you think you're going?
The green man told me to wait in the brain bumbler.
That's not the brain tumbler.
Oh, I guess I'm escaping then. Bye! Please don't tell. You know I'm a reformed man. You were there. You saw me. Plus, I need to get back to camp. I left my kid there.
Wait, what?
It makes sense. It makes sense. Oh. Oh gosh. This has been used a lot. Yeah, that too. That too. Oh, those two are gone.
I know I shouldn't be up here, but wow, it feels very intense.
We never got. We're never able to see inside here.
Hey, Coach. Really getting some use out of that swimming tail.
Just doing some research for the amphibious assault capabilities of my Deathbot.
I didn't know your robot had amphibious assault capabilities.
Neither did I, till I took a spin in this baby.
Does that tail make swimming easier?
Wanna try it?
I better not. I'm still learning how to swim.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't want you stretching it out.
Awkward question, but have you had any thoughts lately about, you know, taking over the world?
I'm a reformed man. My thoughts are 100% non-maniacal. And if anyone says different, I'll zap him with my Deathbot.
I think I'm just gonna let him swim. I don't want to learn anything I'll regret.
Alright.
I have even more appreciation for this exhibit after what we've been through.
I know. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better.
Well, the Green Needle Gulch isn't hidden anymore.
Nope. Word's getting out about their fine artisanal honey.
Ah, it's been updated to include Lucretia.
History isn't written in stone, young man.
I've seen this battle from so many sides now.
None of them good.
Here they are, digging out the quarry and building the mother.
Coincidentally, the very building
that we're in right now. I know, Adam.
The student has become the master. My work here is done.
Now I know why everyone's so subdued here. At least they're feeling better now. Hey! That's me!
Good eye! You really know your incredibly recent history.
Wow. I really
Oh,
am
is Norma cut off? Is Wait.
Hey! That's That's me!
Good eye. You really know your incredibly
Is that supposed to be
recent history.
Sam?
Wow.
There?
I really am part of the story. What you doing, Adam?
Just adding one more frame to the history of the Psychonauts.
Hey! That's me!
Good eye. You really know your incredibly recent history.
Wow. I really am part of the story.
Oh, that's all he has. Wait, do you have more to
Hey,
say?
Adam.
How's it going, fam? Anyone giving you trouble?
Nah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that's all he always
Good
says.
to know.
Scanning access granted.
Come on, you can do this. I mean, most of this is just junk mail.
There she is.
So are you the head mail clerk now?
What? Is that what you heard? Is there talk? Imagine me replacing not just Ford Cruller, but also filling the shoes of Nick John Smith.
You know there wasn't really any Nick John Smith, right? The truth was that...
The mail runs on trust. The truth is that the mail system shouldn't really work at all. So don't you bring any of that to my house, okay?
You know there wasn't really any Nick John Smith. The truth...
So don't you bring any of that to my house, okay? This is your chance, Lori. Don't blow it.
Where am I? Hey, what's that over there? Under the door like a pesky too. What's that? Whoa, I'm an airplane.
Oh, you're doing great tonight. How's that elbow?
I don't think I've seen you
Hey.
around here before.
Hey, shouldn't you be wearing bowling shoes?
Oh, please. Have you seen what's inside those things?
Yes.
Would you wear them?
Fair point.
So it turns out Sherry had my label maker the whole time.
Really? Your own wife?
Yeah, well, actually, I only bought that thing to add a little spice back into our marriage.
A label maker can do that?
If you know how to use it, it can. Oh, yes.
What kind of label makers are we talking about here?
Come back when you're older, kid.
Yeah, when you know more about how adults organize things.
Hey, can I get a drink?
What, are you kidding?
What a day.
Groovy baby.
Agent 9, Vodello.
Oh, hello, fellow Psychonauts.
Yes, that's right, Agent Aquato.
I like the sound of that. Agent Aquato.
This is the greatest moment of my life. Are you both hanging around here or going back to camp?
Well, I did leave my car there.
And there's a new batch of children coming in a week.
There's more kids coming to Whispering Rock this summer?
Of course.
Wait.
Whispering Rock is one of the main revenue makers for the Psychonauts these days.
But it's been 3 days. What? How's it summer again? Is this some Friday the 13th time logic?
What's going to happen to Crystal Malik?
I need to run some experiments on him.
You mean tests, Sasha?
Oh, yes. Therapeutic test. Mostly harmless.
Remember the time we fought off those brain tanks? That was cool.
Oh, that feels like 20 years ago.
That reminds me, I need to get back to my lab. Lobato should be waking up any moment.
You left Dr. Lobato tied up in your lab?
Not tied up. I just used the brain tumbler to sedate him.
Wow, that thing can do anything. See you next mission.
Get some rest, young man.
And thank you for all your help, darling.
I think that's it. I think we talked to everyone. I could check the lobby.
I hope my family didn't cause too much trouble.
You're lucky my family never comes to visit me. Ever.
Well, I guess that's it, everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.